What is going on, beautiful people of YouTube? It's Ravensblade back here with another installment of our Let's Play full release of Baldur's Gate series. I apologize for my brief hiatus. I had some pre-existing plans in real life that I had to take care of, but now I am back and I'm so excited to continue with this journey with you all. Now, when last we had left off, we had talked with this dead gentleman right here and his two siblings, and they had mentioned an owlbear cave, so we're definitely going to go ahead and investigate that. You'll also notice here that I no longer have the Archfey subclass feature. That's because I did go ahead and respec into the Fiend Pact Warlock. Given that it is a given that the Archfey feature is within 10 feet of your character, and we're going to be trying to stay at range whenever possible, it didn't really synergize with our build too much, so that's the reason why I've gone ahead and chosen to switch to the Fiend Lock. This one will just give us temporary hit points whenever we down a creature to 0 hit points. So I think that's going to work a little bit better with what we have going. Today, like I said, we're going to go ahead and investigate this owlbear, and in all likelihood we're going to meet our final companion here. So super excited to get started. Always time to grab a couple of alchemical ingredients before we head off. Other than that, I didn't change anything. I still have my companions, the same classes, and everything is just as it was. So we're going to go ahead and continue on. So the owlbear cave that they had mentioned is going to be over here, and we will get there in just a second. There's a couple of more alchemical ingredients, as well as these boots right here that we can sell if nothing else. And I did also want to go ahead and check over here. This is a bit of a dead end in early access, but there may be something else to do on the full release, so we'll go ahead and check it out. There is this ruptured mind flare pod.
An empty mind flare vessel. If its occupant survived, then nowhere to be seen.
Okay, interesting. Looks like there's not too much to do here other than grab that random shield and a couple more ingredients. So we're going to go ahead and head over to this owlbear cave. You can walk across this stream. It's shallow enough to do so, so no worries there, as we're just going to go ahead and with our party move that way. Pick up some myrgrass as we go.
What is it like on the astral plane? Your home realm intrigues me.
Githyanki lay their eggs on other planes. They cannot mature in the astral.
Its nest must be nearby.
Okay, a little bit of Githyanki lore from Lizelle and Gale there. It's pretty interesting. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and head in here. A little bit of frame rate drop. We do have this eviscerated goblin right here. Oh, he's got a fair bit of gold on him, not too bad, and some more stones. And down here we have a little mini puzzle. So this right here is a shrine to Selûne.
Selûne statue in a stinking cave. Hardly a place of honor.
As per our commentary from Shadowheart. Now you do see this chest right here, and you might think, oh, it's unlocked. If you do actually touch that, as you can see here, it does have Selûne's seal. So there has a protective shield around it that will deal radiant damage to anybody who touches it that's not authorized. The way to go ahead and authorize yourself is to come back here, and there is a little prayer sheet back here that we can grab. So we're going to go ahead and pick that up, and we can go ahead and read this one as well. This is just a little bit of lore on Selûne and Shar. We don't need anything else to do with that, so we're going to go ahead and jump back over. Now, in order to take the seal off the chest, we're just going to go ahead and read that prayer sheet right in front of it.
It's unlocked.
And it does unlock the chest, so it no longer has Selûne's seal, as you can see up here.
You should leave it, or even destroy it if possible.
But why?
This rubbish is an offering to Selûne. At best, it's worthless. At worst, who knows? Could be cursed. Do not trifle with that moon witch or her trinkets. Only trouble will follow.
Certainly an unique perspective. but we can't abandon resources that we might need. We are just hitting these charisma checks. I'm very happy about that.
Fine. Perhaps you can sell them for a couple of coins.
Thanks for your blessing.
Hurts.
And she did get the Sharon wound. I'm not certain if there's anything... Yeah, nothing that shows up on our character cards. That's just something we're going to have to continue learning about. And it does have this unique pendant where when you have less than half your hit points, you don't provoke opportunity attacks. So that's pretty neat. And then some other random bits that are worth a bit. I think you can actually read this one. So you can go ahead and pause that up and read it if you so desire. We're going to go ahead and take this all. The pendant might be okay on Lysel, for instance, if we wanted to move her around a little bit, but honestly, I don't think that it's all that important, so we're just going to go ahead and sell it, or alternatively, we will feed it to Gale later on. So this one is, I believe it's the same book as what we already have, but we'll go ahead and pick it up and add it to the wares anyway. Now, as we head up this way, as you can see the owlbear over there, I do recommend going ahead and giving a quick save. This fight goes a whole lot better if you're able to prepare for it, and the best way to prepare for it, other than just sneaking around, is by passing a check. So we will see if we have the luck in our hands. You feel the quake of
its heavy footsteps before you see it. An owlbear, its beaked face looming out of the darkness.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and puff out our chest of North. That is a charisma check as opposed to these two wisdom checks, which would be a straight roll. And guidance from Shadowheart, please. Thank you. Excellent. That guidance was huge. Thank you, Shadowheart.
The beast shrinks back, feathers quivering.
Okay. So that'll allow you to walk through the cave unimpeded. And I definitely do recommend, especially for your range characters, to head up here, because the owlbear can't get up here, or at least she couldn't in early access. As we've seen a couple of times, what was the case in early access isn't always the case. But we're going to go ahead and do a Eldritch Blast on her. Now, the reason we're taking out this owlbear is she's already proven that she is willing to harm people, as we saw from those that group outside. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to put it down for the sake of others. But I don't want to kill the cub, so we're going to try to avoid that if at all possible. And then we're going to go ahead and, like usual, hex their dexterity. We have a couple of spells that use that, and the owlbear isn't going to be concentrating on any spells or anything like that. With Shadowheart, we are out of second level spell slots, so I think we're just going to go ahead and bless our party members at first level. So we're going to go ahead and bless Fenris, Lysel, and Gale. And then just move her back.
I will ascend.
Lysel, we're going to come over here. Going to go ahead and use her menacing attack with her bow. 4 damage on D6 plus a D8 plus 4. That is, or a D6 plus a D8 plus her dexterity modifier. That's a little rough, We do also have rally, but I don't think we're going to be in too much danger, so should be good to just end her turn there. And then Gale, I really got to switch up your prepared spells, but I hate Witch Bolt. But we're just going to go ahead and Fireball for the riot. Okay. So the owlbear does have the frightened condition, so it can't move willingly closer to the source of its fear, which is Lysel. So that's why it didn't move, and it also doesn't have any ranged attacks, so it's unable to attack us at current. So we're just going to go ahead and keep plinking it down. A little bit extra damage from the hex there, very good. Gonna go ahead and switch Shadowheart over to her bow. Not too bad. And, you know, there's a case to be made here that this is a little bit of animal cruelty, but We gotta put it down for the sake of others. Owlbear's still frightened, but it is gonna go ahead and rage. Now, to my knowledge, the... Okay. Something's obviously not right because it is frightened, so it shouldn't be able to come towards us, or maybe it just ended. But it did rage, so it's increased strength by 2, and it has resistance to all physical damage. So Fenris is going to be doing... Fenris and Gale here are going to be doing most of our damage at current. And we are kind of at an unfortunate angle here. Maybe we can get it from right there. No, not quite. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just dash and jump over to this side right here so we can get a better angle for next turn. Shadowheart, yep. Should be able to just plink it. Reduce damage, but it is what it is. Critical hit from Lysel for 4 damage. Always a crowd pleaser, that. Alright, yeah, if we just angle at the far side, we are able to hit it. Oh, I can get up here, see? That's why we gotta adjust tactics accordingly. So with Fenris, what we're actually going to do is... Can we get back there? Okay, just. And I'd really like to get behind this owlbear. We're gonna have disadvantage, but
Light on my feet.
it'll be real nice if it works out. Yes, it did, and we're able to knock it down, knock it prone, and cause it to take some extra falling damage. So very good right there. Gonna continue plinking it. Fortunately, Shadowheart did miss. Lysel, 1 damage. Very nice. And Gale for 8. Not too bad. Looks like it is able to just get right back up there. Okay, so we're going to actually start with Lysel right here because we are better with our melee attacks. And we're going to go ahead and yeah, just hit it. Not too bad. Go ahead and give it a little pummel strike. It did save, so not too bad, but let's go ahead and see if we can't Eldritch Blast it again. Very nice.
Cub looks from you to his dead mother. A single strike will end his suffering.
I did feel bad about killing the mom, but like I said, it was a dangerous animal, and I don't want to kill the creature. There's actually an option to be able to look after this creature in the future, so we're going to go ahead and let it live.
It hurts.
That mark that Shadowheart has always seems to do whenever we do a
watched
kind action.
Speechless as the cub begins to eat his mother.
The cub has a fighting chance now.
Grizzly Circle of Life, that.
Or we've just prolonged its misery.
Excuse me. But as you can see here, because of Dark One's blessing, we do have an additional 5 temporary hit points because we landed the killing blow on the owlbear. So, pretty interesting there. Alrighty. And then, particularly what we want is we do want this head of the broken spear right here. I'm going to take this pork loin, this owlbear egg, And I'm gonna check the skeleton.
These are supposed to be worth
Perfect.
a fortune.
That was all that we really needed here. There's some more miscellaneous loot around in the short sword of the skeleton, but that was the main thing. So with the head of the broken spear, as well as the shaft of the broken spear that we had gotten from that dead gentleman outside, we can actually go ahead and combine them, and we get a unique item for it. We get the Vision of the Absolute. It is a uncommon spear that blinds targets that fail dexterity saving throws whenever you attack them, and then against creatures with multiple sets of eyes like spiders or ettercaps or the like, they will take an additional 2 to 12 piercing damage. So it's a neat little weapon. I don't know that we're going to be using it too much, but pretty interesting. Maybe if you have like a spear wielding paladin or some other type of character that's using Polearm Master. Spears, I believe, qualify for that in BG3. They do in 5th edition, so that might be one that you want to check out for early game.
What this does.
So we're going to go ahead and head out now.
Tell me, Gale, what is your interest in the astral plane?
And head up this way while they're talking.
Or rather, the absence of it. In the astral plane, everything is eternal.
It will be my home soon enough, should Vlaakith will it.
Alright, talking more about her queen. There is some more alchemical ingredients over here, so we're going to go ahead and pick those up. And then a little fishing site right here, so we can go ahead and check for some rags and some fish and stuff.
Oration suits you more than battle.
They're not mutually exclusive. Weave is served best with a dash of elegance.
We do also have a berry bush here. For some camp supplies. Always going to go ahead and take that. The ones will go ahead and round us off, and we also got a puppy. We're going to go ahead and speak with him. Alright, let's talk with the dog. Oh, that was kind of... Alright, a little bit of a visual bug there. Can I pet you? This camera work. We do have proficiency in perception, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at his collar. And that's going to do it with our bonuses. You see a name etched into the leather, Scratch. Okay, I'm not really certain what's going on with this cutscene right now, but it's obviously bugging out a little bit. It's alright, Scratch, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to go ahead and pet him. Alright, there we get to see him at least. Alright, come on boy, follow me. That must have been your owner, huh? Alright, well you can follow my scent to camp if you would like. Okay, so now he will appear in our camp later on, so that's something to look forward to. I don't want to loot his master while he's still standing there. We're going to go ahead and jump across this little river right here, though. And head up this way. There is a uncommon item over here that you might want to take a look at, especially for your rogue characters. This Smuggler's Ring will give you a +2 to your stealth and sleight of hand checks at the cost of -1 to your charisma score. So that's not something that we're going to be using all the time, but whenever we're picking locks or trying to sneak around, it is something that we're going to make use of to boost up our skills a little bit. And this one, unlike a couple of the pieces that we've been picking up recently, Gale can't eat this one, so don't worry about accidentally having him eat that if you want to maintain it for your character there. It looks like our other party members are having some difficulty jumping across here. They should be able to make it. Yeah, they're just a little bit stuck for whatever reason. And Gale, you come too. Alright. Wait.
Pull yourself together.
Alright, come back over, Lizelle. Thank you. I gotta talk to you, actually.
My feet can carry me.
So, we are going to go ahead and, first and foremost, we're going to take back this... going to take back this sword from Lizelle. We'll let her keep her armor for now. We may end up using that later on, but we'll let her keep her armor for now. But we do have another companion that I would like to take instead of Lizelle, so we're going to go ahead and dismiss her.
Be wary of false promises. The missing druid, Halsin, was it? He may be talented, but only a Githyanki Zathis can cleanse an embedded tadpole.
Okay. Can you wait for me in camp?
Shook, you believe you can survive without me?
I think we should be fine. Thank you for your concern.
As you say, do not keep me waiting.
Alrighty. So now that we have an additional party slot, we are going to go ahead and head over to our new companion. Give me just one moment. Alrighty, sorry for that brief cut there. I had to deal with something. We do also have the Soul Collector's Key that I do recommend that you pick up. We got some belladonna here, some more myrgrass, and an interesting person over there. Let's go ahead and go talk with her.
I have something to ask.
One horn. This is the devil Will has been tasked to kill.
Are you alright?
Me? Never been better. Oh, fuck me. It's you, from the Nautiloid. Please tell me I found you before those so-called Paladins of Tyr did.
Haven't met any Tyrans lately, no.
Good. Great. Glad I don't have to kill you.
I'm glad as well.
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
It's the tadpole. It's connecting us.
Fuck's sake. Mountains as far as the eye can see. Guess that explains the voices. From that peek I got into your head, you've made some inroads trying to get the thing sorted. But alas, no joy. I'm Karlak. And you are...
Fenris. Nice to meet you.
Well met, soldier. Now that we're old pals, how would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? A little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good at killing demons. Really good. So good, Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. Took me 10 years to properly escape, but now I'm free. Zariel sent goon after goon to hunt me down. But believe me when I tell you, I'm not going. The latest yappy little dogs she sicked on me are nearby. A group of dopes posing as Paladins of Tyr. Want to help me take them down?
You want me to kill the people hunting you?
Don't worry. I'll lead the charge. I could use your help. There's a lot of them, and only one of me. After that, we can team up. Take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good?
She's, perhaps a little rough around the edges, but I suppose I can be smooth enough for two.
She looks a little unimpressed there, Kale. Alrighty, let's do it.
Fuck yes. They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Whew. I'm getting all het up. Let's make tracks.
So yes, this is the final companion right here, Karlak. She is a barbarian. I'm toying with the idea of changing her into a paladin warlock multi-class, focusing on charisma. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and continue leveling in barbarian, just for the meantime. Like I said, I'm still toying with that idea in my head. So barbarians do get danger sense and reckless attack at level 2. Reckless attack is amazing because they also get rage at level 1. So this will give you advantage on all your attack rolls, but enemies also have advantage against you. But with the rage bonus, all damage against you is halved. So it's a good trade-off. And we get to level 3. And her subclass is already automatically selected as Wild Heart. I do personally like Wild Heart the best. There is an argument to be made for Berserker, but one of the things that I really don't like about this Frenzied Strike ability is that every time you use it, it'll create a stacking -1 penalty on your attack roll until the end of your rage, and that just really cripples the usefulness of that. You do get the ability to throw as a bonus action, which is very cool, and you can use improvised weapon attacks as a bonus action. So there's still definitely stuff to be gained, but I personally just really don't like the Frenzied Strike feature, and I would like to go with Wild Heart. It does also give us Speak with Animals, so there's more we can do when talking with the various animals in Faerun. If you did have this while you were speaking with Scratch, he actually speaks with you, so that's pretty interesting. And what I really like about these spells in Baldur's Gate 3 is that they are ritual spells and last until your long rest, so you can just cast it at the beginning of the day and then just have it for the entire time that you are out and about. Now, there are some considerations with what you'd like to go with. For Karlak right now, I think we're just going to go with Bear Heart. It is going to go ahead and turn our rage into unrelenting velocity, so we'd have the ability to heal ourselves, and we'd have resistance against all damage except psychic type damage. So that's definitely very cool. There's some other things you can do. Eagle Heart, for instance, lets you use diving strike, so you can jump down from higher places and knock enemies prone. Elk Heart gives you this stampede ability, which is very useful for extra mobility. Tiger Heart gives you the ability to cleave attack and make enemies bleed, and Wolf Attack would give all allies within 10 feet they're able to move an additional 10 feet on their turn. So all of them are very useful. Personally, I'm just going to go ahead and go with the Bear Heart to make her a bit tankier, and then you get these special piercings depending on which one you go. You don't necessarily have to pick the one that is used for your specific bestial heart, but I don't want to have any piercings on her. I quite like the way she looks normally, so we're going to go ahead and just accept it as that. And we are going to go ahead and give her the Everburn Blade just until we actually fight these paladins, because I do have an idea for what I'd like to use for going forward. One of the weapons that they have is going to be very useful in that regard. I wish I had some other type of medium armor. As you can see here, she does have a 13 dexterity, so we are going to respec her to get that to 14 so she can make full use of medium armor. Barbarians do have proficiency in medium armor, so that is definitely something that I want to make use of, and her stats are just a little bit a little bit wonky for what I want. So if you're going Barbarian and you plan to stick with Barbarian all the way, definitely want as high a strength as possible, dexterity at 14, and as high a constitution as possible. None of the rest of this stuff matters, so you can take it out of wisdom and charisma. Should be pretty easy, but she'll be fine for what we have currently. And we'll go ahead and just make our way over. So the paladins or the quote-unquote paladins, are up this way. As you can see, there's a dead toll collector there.
I'd say
It seems that they were the previous tenants of this place.
No matter. What she doesn't know
So
can't
we're going to
hurt.
go ahead and come up this way. I do recommend coming up onto this higher portion here. Now, before we go inside, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick save. There may be some dialogue that might be interesting, but I definitely do think that this is a fight that's very difficult, so you want to have the advantages that you can. So as you can see, here is the main paladin here. So
You're welcome to rest here.
Don't burn yourself.
actually, let's just have Karlak go down there and speak with him. Oh, that's... Okay,
Please.
she's...
No more. Leave us in peace, and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please. We just want to go home.
Yeah, I trust Karlak. Do you have any proof to the contrary?
I'll tell you whatever you wish to know. Just let us live, please.
Ah, this is rich. They serve the archdevil Zariel. Biggest liar in all the realms. Seems her servants have picked up some of Mummy's tricks. Believe me, these sneaky fucks won't stop till they have me hog-tied at her feet.
It isn't true. Half of us are badly injured, the other half dead. I admit we ambushed you. An assignment from our god, Tyr. We thought you a devil, and with your flames you proved us right. But Tyr will not consign us to our death. He is merciful. Leave us, and we'll leave you.
Yeah, I don't trust you. Sorry, guy.
Enough! Enough! I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlak, you're going home in pieces if needs must. And you'll soon learn what it means to ally yourself with the likes of this garbage.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free now. And I'm never going back!
Okay, cool. Oh, nice. She got her opportunity attack off. Very cool. Arrow of Lightning. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and shield that. Okay. Very nice. We do also have another enemy in the other room, I believe. And maybe one outside? I'm not sure. But we should be able to just take on the enemies in this room. So we're going to go ahead and just Dexterity Hex her. And attack. She's very, very low. Alright. Karlak, go ahead and finish her off for you. And we'll go ahead and rage. Alright, and when your rage is on, you have to make an attack each turn or take damage each turn. You don't have to hit with your attack, you just have to take the attack action. So we have a 55% chance here. Even if we miss, it's still enough to keep our rage going. We're going to go ahead and reckless attack that for sure. And that person is dead, and we can go ahead and threaten him as well. Okay. As I stated, this woman is also part of the fight. And she did do a whole person. Not quite what we want to see. I'm going to go ahead and use Shadowheart's a special skill of Invoke Duplicity. There's not enough space here. Okay, that should be enough space right there. That is going to use her action. And then... that should be good. Gale. I still haven't done your that I need. Okay. Alright, Gale, if you could just... yeah, just grease her right there. Okay, I don't know how I feel about you moving down, but... and then... oh, we can't quite get you up. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so Karlak is being paralyzed right now because of the hold person, so definitely need to help her out. We're going to go ahead and try to get this woman... alright, we're going to have to give up our range advantage so that we can see her. This is a bit of an unfortunate bit of verticality here, but we could use this and then go ahead and Eldritch Blast her. And we did break her concentration, so now Karlak is okay.
Gods, it's hot in here.
It is an action to use the healing. I think we're just going to bring her back up with Shadowheart if she goes down, so we'll go ahead and Pummel Strike here. Nice, we do get the daze, and then we're going to go ahead and attack. And we can Reckless attack. Okay, perfect. Good bit of damage there. She'll likely take more. Yeah. Okay. Shadowheart should be able to get her up with a healing word. Perfect. And then we still have enough to go ahead and... he did make the save, unfortunately, but that's fine. Nice. Good job, Gale. Oh, wow. That was rough right there. Okay, and this woman just ran away. You're definitely having some problems here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw. We should have a health potion or something in here. Ah, yeah. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and throw a greater potion of healing onto Karlak so that she is gonna get up. And then go ahead and flourish him. We do unfortunately miss, but getting up Karlak means that we can go ahead and get her over here. She doesn't have her action. She did take damage this turn, so she should still be raging. So let's just go ahead and move over here. And unfortunate. Oh, she does have a potion of healing. Perfect. All right, that'll forestall her a little bit. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and climb up here with Gale, just for a little bit of safety. This gentleman is 31 health. She's 11. I wonder if we can... So this is going to be doing 2 to 5 damage each. We need a middling roll to be able to kill her. Alright, I think that's what we got to try to do. Magic Missile can't miss, so... she does have shield, unfortunately, so that was a waste of a spell slot. And we can't throw as a bonus action, so we're just going to have to let it happen. And he does miss, but he hits that one. This guy is definitely a problem. Alright, we're gonna go ahead, and since we're right next to her, just use our help action to get Shadowheart up. And go ahead and forestall that. That wizard is very annoying. Alright, it looks like Shadowheart has gone down, so we're gonna have to go ahead and use a scroll on her. But we're just gonna go ahead and attack. Fortunately, we missed the opportunity to attack, and he's gonna go after Gale now. Okay. Yeah, these guys are rough, and he's gonna come right back at us. Alright. Help her up. And see what she can do. Ugh, she doesn't have anything. Potion. Unfortunately, she dropped her rage because she didn't. Oh man, these. Alrighty. I think we may have to reload here. It's quite rough. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and reload. So that was just an explanation of the type of fight. It's a very difficult fight, especially with that spellcaster. She is very rough to deal with. And the main Tyrion, he obviously has quite a bit of spites and does a load of damage as well. So we're going to go ahead and come in here and do this action.
We can hardly afford distractions.
I'd love to, thanks.
Your violence.
Okay. Alright, I think this is going to be a little bit more beneficial for us. Alright, we can get our bless off right at the beginning of the fight for Karlach, Gale, and Fenris. She does get the hold person off, but she's very low. So I'm hoping that that is enough. Perfect. Okay, get her out of the fight. Karlach's no longer held, and that means that we should be able to come over this way. Alright. Karlach, if you'd be a deer, close that door. And, yep, just provoke attack of opportunity. And then Gale, go ahead and make sure she can't get away with your Ray of Frost. Fortunately, you do miss, but come over here so she can't attack you. You got the Hunter's Mark on you.
It's worse than gnolls out there.
Nothing we need to worry about.
How about a dragon? Would that worry you?
I'd give it a bloody good fight, that's for sure.
Only thing you give a dragon is gas. At ease, friend. You're welcome to rest here.
Unfortunate chain of events that. Alright, Shadowheart, we're gonna go ahead and use your Invoke Duplicity again. Okay, and that should be fine.
Push my luck again.
And I'm gonna go ahead and close the door. It's okay, I'm gonna provoke the attack of opportunity, but that's fine. Gonna go ahead and hex his dexterity and attack him as well. Oh, we do get a critical hit as well. Not too bad. Karlach, unfortunately I've placed him just out of your range, but you'll be able to get there with a jump. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to rage this turn, but you do get to attack. Perfect. And I do like that they made Reckless Attack a toggleable reaction, so just in case, you don't have to commit to it unless you weren't going to hit them anyways. That's very, very nice in that instance. We're going to go ahead and just... Okay, I do want to get him down, so we're going to go ahead and just Magic Missile him 4 times. Quite a bit of good, reliable damage. And he's going to waste the smite on... Okay, that's fine. Alright, Shadowheart, be a deer, and get Karlach up. Thank you very much. And then we'll go ahead and crossbow attack. Perfect.
No choice but to keep going.
Fenris, finish him off, please. Oh, you were really threatened. All right. Well, it's more poetic if Karlach can do it anyway. 1 damage. All right, Gale, it's up to you. Perfect. All right. I feel much better about how this fight's gonna go. Slippery little bugger, that one. All right. And then it should just be fairly self-explanatory from here.
Your time is
Head over here. Shoot her. Miss her. Head back. Fenris can go ahead and... I think we're going to take a short rest after this, so I don't feel too bad about using another one of my spell slots. Dexterity. Eldritch Blast on her. Perfect. Doesn't have their Hunter's Mark anymore. Move out of the way for our friends. Karlach. Fortunately, she's not going to be able to get there, but she should be able to... Alright, so I'm going to have her... we're going to have her jump so that she can get in range, so that she can still attack, because otherwise she's going to have her rage end right here. Alright. Wasn't likely to hit, but it is what it is, so we're going to just move Karlach a little bit further. And Gale is unable to get there, so that's fine. Poor Karlach. Alright, let's just go ahead and help out Karlach. And that's just fine. Stay back there. Fenris. Push her even further. Karlach. Okay, you can reach her this time. And with your sword. Oh, she doesn't... She's not in range. She's gonna end her rage. Oh well. Alright, and go ahead and attack Gale. Perfect. And move out. Oh man, I'm gonna get a long rest out of this, unfortunately. This is a rough combat for sure, even with the appropriate setup. Okay, very unlikely to hit that, so let's just go ahead and ranged attack her. It's like 15% more likely. Not quite. This lady has very high armor class. Only 15? I guess we've just been rolling really, really unluckily.
I think you can take me on.
Well, that being said, Fenris has done quite a good amount of work. Alrighty, let's just get between her and this ladder and shove her back. Perfect. That way she can't escape us. Gale, finish her off. I'll love you forever. My man. Alright. Whew. Rough one. Karlach should have something to say.
Fuck them. Fuck Zariel. I won't go back. I'm never going back. And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash.
We're not gonna let Zariel take you.
That's right, she won't. She can't. She couldn't even lay a finger.
This is interesting. She is... Okay, she's just going crazy right now. That's fine. She's not attacking us, so... Is what it is. Oh, that's kind of weird.
Best be on my way.
So this is what we were coming in here for. The Sword of Justice is a very good weapon. And we also get some scale mail for her, so not too bad.
Please.
Let Carla go on her little rampage here. Nothing. Nothing. Yeah, crossbow. Bow up sack. You done?
I need your help.
Okay.
That ought to do it.
Okay. What's up?
Whew. Had to let off a little steam after facing off with those ignots. Granted, the fire's lasting a little longer than it should. How do I look?
Hot?
Careful, soldier. If I burn any hotter, I might explode. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close, till I've found a way to calm it down.
How did you get an infernal engine for a heart?
High pain tolerance, and a dynamic duo of truly shitty bosses. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him.
Wonder if they meant Damon. He's the tiefling weaponsmith we met in the Druid Grove.
A weaponsmith, huh? Not sure if he's the guy, but I'd love to find out. A tune-up would do this rusty heart a world of good.
Okay, cool. So like I said, I think we're going to go ahead and give this Sword of Justice over to Karlach. It'll let her buff up her armor class and not light everything on fire when she goes on her little rampages. So, and then I'll also go ahead and use that scale mail so we can give her slightly better armor class. A shame we don't get to see her cool aesthetic, but, you know, mechanical benefits trump most things, so we're going to go ahead and continue on with that. Maybe we can find her some cooler armor later on. We got some cheese wheels here. Definitely going to make use of those. Those are good for camp supplies, so. And then
One day I'll catch a break.
we do also have this hunter that we could loot. Bit of stuff there. Now, as you can see, there's a ton of gnolls around here, so definitely an indication of what you might face further on into the area, but you do want to come over this way to activate this waypoint. Okay, perfect. And then before we long rest, which we're going to need to do because we're a bit low on spell slots with at least Shadow Heart, and we're at a short rest, we're going to go ahead and go over to the Druid's Grove to see Damon.
Moving in.
Heading over this way. But yeah, I quite like Karlach, and despite that little display right there, she is another very nice character. I think it's fairly reasonable given the amount of trauma that she endured that she would be you know, a little off the deep edge when it came to sort of things like that. Hopefully we can mellow her out a little bit. Not too much. We still want her to be fierce for our enemies, but enough. And I'll also go ahead and cut ahead until I've done some buying and selling here. Alright, so we are all done with our selling. Cleared out the inventory a little bit. I'll go ahead and sort that. I hate seeing those little spaces. I'm also going to go ahead and give these javelins over to Karlak, so she'll have something to do at range. Javelins can be thrown using your strength as an attribute bonus, so go ahead and use that. And then the reason I got the Everburn Blade is that might be something that I give to Gale to eat later on. But let's go ahead and go over here and talk with Damon.
You're an idiot.
Thought I sensed an infernal around here. But you aren't from Elturel. What's your story?
I spent a good bit of time in the Hells. Enlisted against my will by the Archdevil Zariel. Same as you, I suppose, if you're from Elturel. The devils were delighted when your city was swallowed up. I thought they had you for keeps. Glad you got out.
I got lucky. It looks like you did too. And you brought some infernal machinery with you.
A little gift from Zariel. Keeps me burning hot.
Very hot by the smell of it. Might be burning out a piston ring or leaking oil. Mind if I take a listen?
Be my guest. But don't get too close or your eyes will melt shut.
I like that we're matching, though she fills it out a bit better than we do.
Phew! You really are burning up. Whoever put that engine together tried to house metallurgized Demono valves inside a Ragnak's alloy casement. Very risky. I might be able to help. I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that my hammer will survive the work. That thing isn't meant to operate outside of Ernest. I'm not sure how much longer it'll keep running the way it's going.
Will you be able to turn down the temperature a little? Worried I'm gonna go in for a handshake and singe someone's arm off one of these days.
I'd worry about surviving the night first. But help one, help both. If we can cool you off, it'll stabilize your engine and allow you to touch whomever you please.
Where should we look for this iron?
I've sensed some during our travels. It has a pull to it. Absolutely magnetic, once you know what you're looking for. I can show you where I'd look.
Perfect. We'll keep our eyes open.
I've still got plenty of weapons and armor in stock if you're looking to load up.
Alright. Nothing here that I really want at current. And I already sold off to the other gentleman there. So that's just fine. But we'll go ahead and keep an eye out for the infernal iron. I actually do know where to get it based on some based on my previous experience. So we'll definitely be getting that pretty soon. But I think that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. We finally have our full party that I'm going to be running with. Like I said, I'm considering multiclassing either Gale or Karlak, but for right now, we're just going to go ahead and keep things as is. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.
True.